Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a pressure cooker brown rice pilaf. And brown rice is usually one that takes so much longer to cook. And with the pressure cooker, it's gonna make it really simple and very hands off. So that's really kind of nice. So we're using the deluxe multi-cooker in order to do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I've already started. So I actually already have a small onion that was chopped in here. And I actually pressed in 2 cloves of garlic. Now, when we started this, is that you'll want to make sure that your pressure cooker is set to the sear and or saute, depending on what your particular brand has. The nice thing is that you can do this recipe with any pressure cooker, so it's not exclusive to just Pampered Chef's Deluxe Multi-Cooker. So we've got in here, like I had said, we've got some a small onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're going to be going ahead and adding in a few items. One is of course the brown rice, and we've got some more vegetables that we're going to add to this. So I've already peeled my carrots, and so I'm going to go ahead and just chop those, because we're going to be going ahead and adding that for it to cook alongside with the rice. Now it calls for 2 medium, and these were fairly small, so I wanted to go ahead and take care of them. Okay, and so I'm actually using our food chopper. You can do this with our rapid prep mandolin, as well as if you wanted to have bigger or more kind of slices, pieces, but I like just the coarse chop that our food chopper actually does. Okay, so let's go ahead, since we've prepped it, it was really simple to do that. I've also got 1 cup of rice that is already, I have it, it's been rinsed out and just ready to add. So we're gonna go ahead and add our carrots to this. We're just kind of dumping the rest of our ingredients in. And then we have a 1.5 cups of water. And then we're going to go ahead and add our brown rice. And that's pretty much it. Now we're going to let it go ahead and be under pressure, like the recipe calls for, which is about 23 to 25 minutes. And after that, you're actually going to go ahead and let it rest and have a natural release. So what does that mean from a natural release? For those of you that are not familiar with pressure cookers, natural release is you're just going to let it release its steam on its own. So we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and release any remaining steam that may be still within the pressure cooker. Now, once we've done that, you're only going to be adding a couple more ingredients to it. Actually, I'm going to be adding some craisins. Okay, and also some slivered almonds that I'm going to actually be toasting on the stovetop. Now, if these are things that you don't want, you can just omit them completely. The recipe is going to taste just fine right without them. So let's go ahead and finish this off. We're going to go ahead and put the, make sure that our gasket is secure. And if you do a lot of stuff with your pressure cooker, a suggestion is to have multiple silicone rings, depending on if you're making one for savory and one for sweet. And so for my everyday cooking, I have a clear one, and then for when I make homemade yogurt, I actually just use a blue one or a black one. So we're gonna go ahead and add our, oops, there was one ingredient that I forgot to add, and that is some salt. That is, so you need about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to go ahead and give this a really good stir. And then let's go ahead and get it started. now we're going to go ahead and change it to our whole grain setting. So you'll want to look at your manufacturers if you have a different brand to see where you would actually cook brown rice. And so we're going to go ahead and going to do it for whole grains. And we're going to press it, because then we're going to change the temperature or the time to about 25 minutes, just so that way it's a little more tender. And then we're going to go ahead and press and hold. Now it's going to actually come up to, it's preheating right now, and when it's come completely to pressure, then it will start the countdown dial. Like I said, once that is done, you'll let it sit for about 10 minutes to release any additional pressure, and then you'll add in just kind of your craisins and your slivered almonds, and you're ready to go. So I hope you guys give this a try. Thanks for watching.